I don't know who annoyed me the most, Akeisha or Marie. I don't know if Marie annoyed me the most. I don't know if Akeisha annoyed me the most. I don't know if they annoyed me in the same damn realm. Let's get into this review, y'all. Let's get into it. And what's going on, y'all? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for another review of the Belle Collective Season 2, Episode 2. What's going on, y'all? I'm here live from Chicago, okay? Yes, I'm finally settled, got myself together, and I'm in my hotel room. And I'm doing a little bit of work before I go out on the town with my cousins, okay? Now, before we get into today's review, let's go ahead and talk about what we got coming up now. This time next week, which is next Saturday, a week from today, we will be returning with Boys Night Out for Season 3. That is Season 3, Episode 1, with myself, Jamar, T, Josiah, and Maddie. We will be returning next Saturday at 10/9 Central. That is 10/9 Central time, okay? So we'll be back for Season 3, the season premiere Season 3, and baby, we are excited and we are ready for the get down, okay? I cannot wait for us to come together and do this because, you know, we really enjoy doing Boys Night Out, child, and it's just a lovely time. So be sure to be tuning in to Boys Night Out next Saturday night at 10/9 Central. That is 10/9 Central. And also be on the lookout for the Whether You Like It or Not panel. We will be on Yah's channel this Tuesday at 9:15 Eastern, 8:15 Central time. That's 9:15 Eastern, 8:15 Central. We'll be right over there at Yah's house, okay? I don't think Josiah will be there, and really B won't be there. So it may just be me, Yah, Terrence, and Sakina, but we may have Reggie as a possible guest. Who knows? But I do know that Josiah nor really B will be there. And really B will be gone for 2 weeks. So that's that on that. But be sure to tune in. We'll be over there at Yah's house Tuesday night, okay? And we will be discussing Housewives of Atlanta as well as this show, Belle Collective, okay? So let's go ahead and get into today's review, y'all. I'm trying to get up and do this stuff because I got some things to do today. Like, I got to get out on the town, but I'm still going to find some time to give y'all this work. So we picked up where we left off last week with Letitia and Glenn. That's where we at now. And at this point, I feel where Letitia is coming from. I feel her pain. She's been with this man since she was like 16, 17 years old. And the fact that there's possibly a child that's out there is a motherfucker. Like, it really is. Like, I can only imagine what she could be going through. But I'm glad that other people are feeling what I'm feeling. And I know that Color Me Pink said it. I know that Jamie said it. And I think Sakina said it this past Tuesday when we was doing the panel. Is it just me, or is she coming out real acty? Like, you know, she's coming for that prime time Emmy or something like that. Like, a lot of Letitia's scenes with her husband comes across like they are really trying to be on the Young and the Restless. That's how it comes across to me. A lot of her scenes are very... I know reality TV is staged, but it just feels like she putting on just a tad bit for the camera. I'm not saying that her feelings are not valid or her feelings are not real. I just feel like a lot of it is amplified for the show. But most of these girls do that anyway, so why would I just put it off on her? But what I really want to know is, okay, so we know that 8 years ago he had an affair with another woman, but they're just now finding out that there's a child. So y'all stay in Jackson. So is the girl still in Jackson? Like, was the girl in Jackson? Like, where was the girl at? And how did y'all just now find out that there's a baby somewhere? You know what I mean? And I just feel like this. I am going to reach out to Letitia for an interview. Don't you worry, because I am. And that's a question that I really seriously need answers to. Like, when did y'all find out there's a possible baby? You said the affair happened 8 years ago and all of this other stuff. Now, my problem with Lil Boosie is this right here. Lil Boosie is... I don't think he's taking any accountability for what he's done to Letitia. I really don't feel like he's taking any accountability, and I think that's very unfortunate that he's not. You cheated on this woman. You laid down with another woman, went in her raw, and you expect for Letitia to be okay with it and just take you back in open arms. It's never going to be like that. And at the end of the day, you just got to take the bitter with the damn sweet. She took you back every damn time you did some shit that you had no business doing. She took you back. You cannot expect for her to keep taking you back every time you do something foul to her. That's enabling her. That's enabling you in your BS. Because every time you do something and she gets mad, you probably one of them type of dudes that's like, oh, she mad, she moved out the house, she'll be back. All I gotta do is get on my knees and apologize and just promise her that things will be better when I know that it's really not gonna be better. And then, we're gonna move on with life. That's how I feel. That's exactly what I think. That's exactly how I feel you're doing it. Like real shit. That's what I think. So I feel like at this point, she wants to show you that she don't really need you right now. She's trying to elevate herself. She's trying to get her life together. Do the things that Letitia, wants to do instead of being so focused on Lil Boosie and what the hell Lil Boosie wants to do. You know what I mean? That's how it comes across to me. I just don't think that he's fully taken any accountability for what he has done yet. And all he really wants is, I want my family back. I want my family back. In order for you to have your family back, you got to take accountability for the things that you have done already. And you have not done that yet. You ain't did that yet, and I'm going to need for you to do that. You can't just sit up here and say, I want my family back, I want my family back, I want my family back, I want my family back. You want your family back, but you don't want to take any accountability for what you've done to fuck up your family. You're giving a bit of a Lil Boosie and a Martell tea. It's like you cheated on this woman, she's accepted your cheating for many, many years, and now that she's decided to stand firm and strong on her beliefs that she's not going to deal with your bullshit no more, it's hard for you to take that. And that's what happens with a lot of men. A lot of men cannot seem to take it when their women have decided that, okay, I'm not going to deal with this shit no more. I'm not going to deal with your bullshit. I'm not going to keep dealing with your fuck shit. You're going to get it right and you're going to get it together. That's what you're going to do. You're either going to get it together or you're going to get it right. You got to figure out which one is going to be. Either you're going to get it right or you're going to get it together. You got to figure that part out. Because she don't have to deal with that. She don't have to deal with that. And I feel like you see her glowing up. She's lost a lot of weight. She's cute. Not to say that she was never cute to begin with, because Letitia was always a beautiful woman. But she's really upgraded herself, and she looks a little bit more happier. And it's like she's loving herself and everything about her. Like she's loving herself. And I don't feel like she loved herself at all when she was dealing with your shit. That's the thing. And a lot of men can't seem to grasp that when women finally find their way, and then they move on with life. That's what I think. I don't think that I mean, I don't know. I just feel like Boosie ain't taking no responsibility. And until he really takes responsibility, until he really sits down and think about the things that he has already placed on Letitia, I feel, and this is just me, I'm not speaking for nobody, but I feel like at this point, Letitia has to keep that distance and keep those boundaries, because he can say he's sorry as many times as he wants to. People say they're sorry for a lot of things, but not really for what they've done already. Some people are sorry because they got caught, not sorry for the action at hand. They're sorry because they got caught. But it's more to it than you getting caught, Boosie. It's more so you doing what you've done, not only to your wife, but to your son. Think about that too. Think about the things that your son has to deal with because his father effed up the family. Let's think about that too. You know what I'm saying? Let's think about everything. We can't just think about you and what the hell you want. We got to think about everything that has went down. The cheating, the lying, the baby. You have to take into account that you not only hurt Letitia, but you have definitely hurt your son. That's who really has to fall with this whole situation. So, like I said, Letitia got to keep that healthy distance. Only deal with Glenn from afar for the time being, because they're separated right now. You know what I mean? They're separated. So she has to deal with him from afar. But as of right now, Glenn, you need to take out that time to figure out who you are as a man and figure out what you're going to do to really get your life back with your wife, if you're able to do that. because I feel like there's a glimmer of hope for them, but he has to really be serious about that, and that's really all I got on that one. So we're gonna move on to Latrice, BKA Pumpkin. We're gonna move on to Latrice. Now I see Latrice up in there with Josh. Oh, Joshy Lee. Yes, y'all know him on the screen as Joshua, but I know him as Joshy Lee. Joshy Lee is a makeup artist in the Jackson metropolitan area. Of course, he gay. He was friends with one of my cousins, so I know him really well. Well, not really well personally, but I know him really well in passing. We follow each other on Instagram and all that stuff, so we know each other. You know what I'm saying? So he and I know that he works in that store, and he does makeup there too, because he does Playboy Marty's makeup. If you don't know who Playboy Marty is a TikToker. I think his page now was Life as Marty. You know what I mean? We were supposed to work together, which we still are. But Marty, we all, Josh, Latrice, all us from the same town, child. But Joshy tells Latrice that they sold out all of the wigs. They're selling out all of the hair and all of this stuff. She's pretty happy about the product selling, and I think that she was already a hot commodity around here anyway, but the show has really elevated the brand itself and stuff like that. So now they're talking about the issues with the building. They got heat and water issues and stuff like that. And, Latrice is over the actual location that she's at, you know what I mean? And then, people say that, she's in the hood, which it is on the hood, like it is. But, she said that's where she originated from, which we did. We did. You know what I'm saying? That's where we came from. So I get where she's coming from. But when your business elevates, you also have to elevate and move somewhere else. You can't stay in the same spot forever. You got to go somewhere where you could really blossom. You know what I'm saying? And look at me, for example, as a YouTuber. My channel has grown so much over the last 2 years, and it keeps fucking growing, and I keep getting big ass opportunities that you guys will hear about soon. But I keep getting big opportunities in the way that and I'm very cognizant about the way I present myself now. Like, I had to cut myself off yesterday by responding to the negative comments. One of my Scotty Gang people got me together about that, and I just deleted the whole thread. I don't respond to negativity. I'm trying not to respond to negativity like that anymore, because there have been people that have been trying to come for your boy. Like, it has been. Like, trying to tear me down, trying to tear my damn channel down and say all sorts of negative things about my platform. But I have decided to really just, whatever. So when you're elevating and your brand is elevating, sometimes you just got to get out of the place that you started from. Sometimes, and it's nothing wrong with that. It's like when people are from Mississippi and they leave Mississippi and they go to Atlanta or they go to New York to elevate and do things that they probably could not do where they were at. It's all about elevation. It don't mean that you forgot where you came from. You just got to get a new scenery, and that's what it is. So she calls Cliff to fix the problems and stuff like that, and he comes over. I guess he fixed everything. I don't know if that was contrived or not. I'm gonna ask you when I interview you, but I don't know if that was contrived or not. But so after Cliff comes over to fix whatever that needs to be fixed, they start talking about the moving location. Cliff does not like the area that the place is in, but at the same point in time, hold on, y'all. My cousin trying to call me. Let me text him right quick. But yeah, so he doesn't like the location. He doesn't like the location that they're at. He does not like the location. He feels like the location is in the hood, which I totally agree it is. But he says it could be in Jackson, but in a better spot in Jackson. It don't have to be in that particular spot in Jackson. It could be somewhere else in Jackson. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? She's like, well, I don't want to go away from where I came from or nothing like that. I just want to, I do need a better spot. But he said go to a better area in Jackson, which I do feel like that at this point, especially now, she's on TV and shit like that. She does need to move from away from that area. I gotta be honest, because it is in the hood. No lies, it is. So I think that she would be better off, like maybe going into like the North Jackson area, like around like Ridgeland or somewhere like in that area. I don't foresee her bringing it to Canton where we're from, but I can see her moving it up in North Jackson on a county line. You know what I mean? Somewhere in there. That's a little bit better than where she's at. So I don't disagree with Cliff at all. And y'all know that I disagree with Cliff on a lot of shit, child. So they talk about the high tea. And then, Cliff was like, I understood what the high tea was. I mean, y'all are women. Y'all gonna get into some things. Letitia invites her to a brunch, and then, she starts talking about her issues with Marie. And she knows that Marie is gonna be there, but she just don't feel like being around Marie or dealing with Marie because it's always some drama when it come down to it. And Cliff says that if you and Letitia are friends, I feel like you should go to support Letitia. It's not even about Marie. It's about Letitia. You know what I'm saying? And so, she's like, well, yeah, I understand that, but I get it. I get it from both sides because when I don't want to deal with somebody, baby, I don't deal with them. Okay, I don't want to fuck with you. I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to be around you. I don't want to breathe the air that you breathe. When I really don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you at all. But a lot of the times I have put myself to the side for the sake of my friend, and I'll go to the event that they're having just to support them. But do I really want to be there? No, because I don't want to be around certain energies. I don't want to be around people that's going to bring out the worst in me. Like, I don't want to do that. But I put it to the side for my friend. And when I'm around that person, I may not say not two words to that person, but I'm over there having me a good time. I'm doing what I need to do. So I'm glad that Cliff, told her to just go on and go and just be supportive to Marie because, not Marie, to Letitia because Letitia's supportive to her and, they just got back to be cool and stuff. So just go on and go to the event. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with Cliff, but I also agree with Letitia with not wanting to deal with Marie. I definitely agree with that. Letitia, Marie, and Tamara. Okay, now first it started out with Letitia and Marie. They meet up because Tamara bringing them to lunch so they can meet up with this new girl, Akeisha. Lisa and Marie, they talk about Jerez's baby mama passing away and how it's affected her and her family and how it's a lot for her to deal with. One thing, like I said, we starting off on a clean slate with Marie this season. And I do plan on reaching out for an interview, but trust and believe me, if you watching, Marie, just know that when you do some fucked up shit, I'm going to say it. And if I interview you, we going to discuss it, okay? It is what it is. I just need for Marie to change that. I don't like these blonde wigs on her. She just needs to let them go. I do not like them. But she was talking about the girl getting killed and how that's been affecting her. And I can only imagine how that's affected her and Jerez and everything else because that's a lot. Like, that is a lot. Like, having someone, get killed like that and then right when their baby is there and their baby could have got killed too, there's a whole lot to deal with. So I can only imagine what that is. And then not to mention, she got her mama staying with her. It's a lot that's going on. But Letitia is being supportive, being a helping hand, basically saying, you know what I'm saying? If you ever need me to do something for you, just hit me up and I'll be there for you. That's all I'm telling you. And then she's like, I know, thank you so much. So what's going on with you and Glenn? That's when Marie asked Letitia. And Letitia was like, there's a lot going on with Glenn. I'm having a lot of issues with him. And I just want to be happy. I'm saying with my mama right now and all of this stuff. I just want to be happy. I just don't want to deal with the BS with Glenn. I just need to be certain that he is really going to do right. And, we have a child together. And we've been together since we was in high school. And I'm just not that same teenage girl that I used to be. And I think that that's what he wants me to be. And I definitely agree with that. He wants you to still be that same teenage girl, that same toxic teenage affair that y'all had. That's what he wants. See, he hasn't grown up from that yet, and I think that's the issue. See, you have grown up mentally. Lil Boosie ain't grown up from being that same teenage boy who can go out and sleep with whatever teenage girl he wanted to, and then come back to you because you're gonna accept it and you're gonna take it back and you're gonna fight these girls and stuff like that on at the expense of him. So I definitely get what you're saying. He ain't grown up. He still think y'all still teenagers, and that's just not what it is. Y'all, you got to grow up. You got to elevate. You got to do what you got to do. And not only are y'all not teenagers no more, y'all got kids. You got a kid together. So I feel like he really needs to grow up. And that's really what Letitia is saying. I'm not still that same teenage girl no more. I'm a grown ass woman. We need to grow up here. We need to grow up. And I definitely agree. Grow the fuck up, boy. Grow up. That's how I feel about it. So I definitely agree with that. So then the next thing you know, Tamara comes in with Akeisha. Okay, now they introduce us to Akeisha. Now apparently Akeisha is from Jackson, and she claims that she's the real queen of Jackson, Mississippi. I'm telling y'all, I ain't never heard of this woman before a day in my life. For her to be the queen of Jackson, Mississippi, I ain't never heard of her ever. Period. I'm just being honest. And that's another thing too. Let me go ahead and say this, because people will have a lot to say about what I'm saying. Y'all don't know. I'm from here. So if I've never heard of them, I've never heard of them. When I said something last week about me not knowing anything about Marie's clinics, I was dead ass serious. I have never heard of her clinics ever in life. Never knew who she was until she came on the show. Okay? And that's on period. I knew who Tamara Cherie was because she on the radio. But I never heard of Marie's clinics. So it's not me being biased. I never heard of Marie's clinics. I ain't saying she ain't got no clinics. I'm just saying I ain't never heard of them for her to be boasting about them like she is. I ain't never heard of them before. And just like I never heard of Akeisha before. You know what I mean? So apparently she was dating this football player. They moved to Jersey, and then, you know, she wanted to come back home, and she discussed bringing a business back to Fair Street. Now we're back talking about Fair Street now. Akeisha, like this, the queen of the damn child. Akeisha owns like some property on Fair Street, and she wants to bring a business there. Her husband brought a business to Jersey, I believe, and then when he brought, I think it was like a restaurant or some shit like that. And when she realized that, she was like, okay, let me take this back home. And then, you know, she's talking about how her family has rich roots in the Jackson area. Her family was a part of the Fair Street Mecca and all of this other stuff, which I feel like it is a rich history, but it's something about Akeisha that really rubs me the wrong damn way. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna hold you. It rubs me the wrong way. Like, she comes across like very uppity. It's like she's braggadocious. She's doing way too much to prove to everybody how she's the queen of Jackson, Mississippi. She's the Southern Belle. She's this, she's that. If you really doing all that, you ain't got to do all that shit. It's the same thing that made me not like Marie last season. It's okay to be humble about your successes. It's okay to do that. You know what I mean? But I don't think that Marie is as bad as Akeisha, because Akeisha really was sitting up there one-upping everything that everybody was talking about. You know, when Marie was telling her what she does, it's like she was trying to find any way to, well, you know, I've done this and I've done that and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And even, but I will say it was a funny moment when Marie said that she was a cosmetologist, and then she looked up at Marie's head. I would have done the same damn thing. I ain't gonna lie. Now that was funny, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I just felt like Akeisha was sitting up there trying to like straight up outdo these girls when she didn't even have to do that. Like, why are you trying to outdo these girls? Like, what's the fucking point? Like, why are you doing that? You know what I mean? Like, you don't gotta do that. It ain't that deep. Why you gotta go and do that, love? Why you gotta go do that? Cause I just felt like she was doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, doing absolutely the most to try to prove that she's this and that she's that, and she's not it. To me, she's not. She looked just like a regular old girl, regular woman from down south. Like, she was making it sound like she was just Queen Sheba or something like that. And that shit was really irritating. And for once in my life, I was agreeing with Marie. And, you know, I never agree with Marie on anything. She was really rubbing me the wrong way. It's like she's trying to one up. She's trying to, you know, bring everybody down and all of this other stuff. And that's exactly what it came across to me. Akeisha was doing too much, in my opinion. I mean, I'm just being honest. But Letitia invites everybody to an empowerment brunch and stuff like that. She wants to get all the ladies together so they can all discuss things and just empower one another. Letitia, stop. These empowerment lunches are anything but empowering, okay? Anything but empowering, okay? I just feel like, girl, you need to stop it. You bring these girls together so they can sit up there and drag each other and talk about each other, but I'm not going to sit up here and lie like I ain't here for it. Of course I'm not going to do that. But, girl, don't act like this is what this is about, because it's not, girl. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. That is not what it's about. You know, this is anything but empowering. But me and everybody else that watch this show, we all here for the mess, especially me. I want this show to be bigger than life because it represents where I'm from. I finally can talk about something that is where I'm from. You know what I mean? And people that I know. So it's different. It's different for me reviewing this show. So we're gonna go ahead and get into Miss Lula and Marie. Now Marie was telling the story about the impact of her mother's absence. She said that she was raised by her father. Her mother was not there. Her mother would leave sporadically. She was doing marijuana laced with cocaine, and she was so in tune with her addiction that she wasn't around like she needed her to be. And Marie tugging at my heartstrings, child. I have never dealt with a parent that went through drugs. You know, my mother never did drugs. My dad never did drugs. He did, like, he was kind of like an alcoholic in a sense, but he's never done drugs. But just to hear Marie's story about how that affected her and how she used to wonder where her mama was at, and her dad would lie to her and tell her, oh no, no, she'll be back, she'll be back, she'll do this, she'll be back, she'll be back, she'll be back. But she'll never come back. You know, he basically was lying to her to basically, you know, keep the peace down in so many words. That's what he was doing. He wasn't lying to hurt her feelings, but he was lying to her so she wouldn't, you know, be upset, or so, you know, so she wouldn't have to deal with what was going on, which was not the best choice at all. I don't agree with that at all. Like, I don't think you should lie about shit like that. But I get why he felt like he needed to lie about it, because, you know, that was a lot. That would be a lot on a child to wonder where her mom is at, and her mom ain't nowhere to be fucking found. That's a whole lot. And you know, she was talking about how her mother has relapsed a whole lot. Like, she'll be better in 1 minute, and then the next minute she'll turn around and relapse. Then she'll say that she'll do better, but she'll keep on doing the same thing over and over again. And I think that with a lot of people that have dealt with people that have, you know, have parents that are drug addicted, they seem to come around and be like, you know, we just got to accept her as they are. You know what I mean? They kind of feel like they got to accept it. You know, she gonna be good, but when she ain't good, she ain't gonna be good. Because I see this a lot with people, because I have had direct communication with people that have had parents that I grew up with that were on drugs, and they'll be like, they always say that they're gonna do right, they're gonna do better, they're gonna do this, and they never really do. So that's the problem. That's the problem that a lot of them be having, is the fact that they always giving them all these broken promises, and the promises just don't be promising at all. Like, that's how it comes across. So I definitely get it, and I understand where Marie is coming from. And then, you know, even now, before she moved in with Marie, she was getting into some bullshit. She was getting to some BS. It was some shit like, what she say? It was some bullshit like she was still out here dealing with the drug dealers and stuff like that. She was like, I take you out the hood only for you to go right back to the hood. And then her mother was like, cause I'm addicted to drugs. And that was just the facts. She's addicted to drugs. And, you know, you can only expect so much. You know, like Marie, I feel like Marie was very, you know, I think that Marie was bothered, which I don't really blame her, because she wants her mom to be better. And it's unfortunate that she's not better. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Sometimes you just got to take the bitter with the sweet. You know, just be happy that she's with you right now, and that's it. You know, you can't expect too much from someone like that. You can't, and that's very unfortunate. But, you know, you want your mother to get better, but she's probably never really going to truly get better. Look at Frankie. So who's next? So we go into the empowerment brunch, the messy brunch, because that's what this shit is. Everybody comes in, and from the moment Akeisha comes into this shit, she starts shading it down as if she could do a better fucking job. Okay, as if she could do a better job. Like, girl, stop it. Stop it. Okay, girl, stop. Period. Stop it. You know, so Marie sitting at the table. I don't know what kind of wig that is, but it was ugly as heck. I'm gonna need for Marie to stop with these wigs, baby. Like, I get you trying to do this Marilyn Monroe absent thing, Marie, but it ain't cutting it. I don't like it. I'm just saying. I don't. Blonde hair just don't work for everybody. I don't know if it's the blonde hair that's not working or is it just the wigs she chooses to wear, because the wigs are not good. They're not. They're not flattering to her at all. Like I said, I miss her misdemeanor hot boys, her hot boys. Finger waves. I miss them. I miss her sock it to me finger waves. I miss her beat me 911 finger waves. Like, that's what I miss. She's clearly bothered when Latrice walks into the building. Her whole energy changes when she sees Marie sashaying her ass into the building. One thing about it, and two things for certain. I would never let nobody that I don't fuck with get me that fucking bothered to where my whole demeanor changes when they come in the room. I could give a damn about them being in the room. I'm going to sit there and I'm going to eat my food. I'm going to sip on my mimosa. I'm going to drink. I'm going to do this and that. I don't give a damn what they doing, where they at. I don't care, honey. I'm telling you, I don't care. Like, Marie sat there and let that girl drain all her energy. She was completely bothered by Latrice, and Latrice was not bothered by her at all. She's just sitting there, just having her a good time, just cheesing, showing all her teeth, having a good time, and Marie just could not handle it. So then they're getting ready to eat, and then Akeisha talking about a dirty plate. These plates are dirty, and I don't eat out of dirty plate. It's okay. I don't eat out of dirty plates either, but there's a way for you to address that. I felt like Akeisha was looking for a moment. This entire episode, Akeisha was looking for a moment. And see, I know a lot of y'all thought that Sophia would be the one looking for a moment, but it's really Akeisha looking for a moment. She's trying to prove that she's so sedity and high class, and I'm the queen of Jackson, Mississippi. Girl. Like, why do you feel like you got to do all that, girl? It ain't that serious. Like, you doing the absolute most, and you ain't got to. You really ain't. You know what I mean? Like, girl, just want to sit down. So, we find out that Melanie works for PR, and she works for Latrice and Akeisha. And you know, they talk about how Akeisha got land and property on Fair Street and how they can help and all of this other stuff. And then, you know, Letitia was like, you know, I just want to make sure that we get Fair Street to where it needs to be. And then Akeisha was like, and we got to stop talking about it, because I ain't talk about it. I do what I need to do. Shade at Letitia, shade. She was throwing shade at, she was shading the hell out of Letitia at that moment. And I can't say I blame her, because I don't like for people to constantly talk about what they're going to do. You know what I mean? Like, even for me, when I'm trying to do something in regards to my channel and I keep talking about doing it, it makes me mad, because then I ultimately don't do it, and then my people be mad because I ain't did it. So with that being said, I'm like, you know what? No, ma'am. I'm just going to go on and do what I need to do, and we're going to get it popping. Like, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to do what I need to do, and I'm going to really do it for real, for real. Like, that's what I'm going to do, because, no. And a lot, and with the stuff that I do have coming up on my channel, I ain't saying nothing about it because it ain't happened yet. I don't want to say anything until there's confirmation. But she was trying to be shady, and Letitia caught that shade. And even Marie said, I don't know what's going on between Akeisha and Letitia, but it's something. The energy is bad at this table. So then it's time for the game. And they want to pull out names out of a cup and say something positive about somebody. When it came down to Melanie, you know, they all had some things to say, except Marie. Marie said, I plead the fifth. She's such a buzzkill, a joy kill, a everything kill. Like, did you have to? It's nothing wrong with pleading the fifth, but it's the negativity surrounded by you doing it, because you're sitting there with negative. But when you're doing a game like that and you're saying I plead the fifth, that means you don't either fuck with that person, you don't like that person, you don't want to say nothing nice about them. And what the fuck did Melody do to you, Marie? Like, seriously. So after a while, when they playing the game, Marie storms out. She damn near in tears about to storm out, and Latrice just sitting there like. My thing is, after that, Letitia runs behind Marie to see what's wrong with her, and she feels disrespected by Marie because she's not engaging with her guests. My thing with Marie is, girl, you knew that Latrice was gonna be there. You already knew that if she's throwing a brunch, you already knew that Latrice was gonna be there. Mentally prepare yourself, girl, and I don't think you did that. But why would you need to really mentally prepare yourself to be around another woman? At the end of the day, you don't like Latrice, that is absolutely fine. No one has to like Latrice for anything. Nobody gotta like her. Nobody. But at the end of the day, it's just baffling to me how you allow somebody to take all your energy and just make you break down and whimper down and do all of this. Like, Marie did way too much in that particular scene, and I'm all for not being around somebody that you don't want to be around. I get it, but like I said, you knew that Latrice was gonna be there. So for you to let her ruffle your feathers, you let her win. Latrice is winning and you're losing it. You're literally losing your mind in that men's bathroom. You're losing your mind. That girl's sitting there not even thinking about you, and you up in here damn near about to cry talking about, I can't get over what she did to me. The girl said she didn't do it. The girl said that she didn't fucking do the shit. Kaylon said she the one who went to the damn blogger with the information. He ain't no damn blogger. She went to that man with the information. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. And on top of that, like, that dude was the one who was looking up your records, looking up shit about you, talking about, and then you keep on talking about she tried to ruin your business. But what did you do on the very first episode when you were sitting at that brunch? You tried to tear down her business first. So even if she did try to attempt to tear your business down, you did it to her first. Am I wrong? You did it to her first. You tried to tear down her business in front of everybody. But now that is your business at stake here, now you want to be mad and you want to be all upset about it. I get it. It's your business. You don't want nothing to tank that, and you don't want nothing to F it up. I understand it. But you did that to somebody first. And now that somebody dug up shit about you and your business, and you talking about you lost clients and you lost this and you lost that, imagine what you could have possibly did to her business by saying that her hair ain't shit and saying she's a scammer and saying all this stuff about her business. She may have lost some customers too. Both of y'all probably lost some shit behind all of that. If we're being honest, you spoke about her business first, and then you can't handle it when somebody's speaking about yours. Marie, grow up for real. It ain't about being fake. It's about being cordial in a setting like that. In life, you're going to be around people that you don't like. But you also have a choice not to engage. You have a choice not to deal with them, or you have a choice not to be around them. You didn't have to engage in the game, but it's the negativity. You already had a negative attitude and all of that other stuff. You could have kept it short and sweet and moved the fuck on. But instead, you kept that negative ass attitude. That's the problem that we got with this. Ain't nobody saying you got to do this and you got to do that. You ain't got to talk to Latrice. You ain't even got to be nice to her. But at the end of the day, be cordial. Don't acknowledge her at all. And you didn't acknowledge her, but at the same time, you did by your attitude and your actions. Like, that's just the truth. And then the Pelehashi crew ran up there to see what was going on with Latrice and Marie. It was a whole big mess. And then Letitia wanted Latrice to talk to Marie. Latrice ain't got to talk to Marie. Just like Marie ain't got to talk to Latrice. There's already some bad blood there. And at the end of it all, Latrice don't want to talk to Marie. Marie don't want to talk to Latrice. Latrice don't want to be cool with Marie. And Marie damn sure don't want to be cool with Latrice. So we could just let that go. We could really just let that go and move on. Like, honestly, like, I get that Letitia's caught up in the middle between two friends, but she just got to let well enough alone. Everybody ain't meant to be friends, and that's just the truth. We all got to understand. Everybody is not meant to be friends. Everybody ain't meant to be cool with each other, and that's just that on that, and facts on motherfucking facts. But with that being said, y'all, this is my review of the Belle Collective, y'all. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also be sure to follow me on any form of social media. My Twitter, my IG, my TikTok, all of that will be down in the description box. And if you want to be notified whenever a video drops, just click on that notification bell. With that being said, you guys, your boy is out of here. Until the next video, I will holler at you guys later. And I will leave you guys with the promo from Nova Cosmetics. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace out.